Hey guys, so I've gotten a lot of messages from you guys on Instagram, and a lot of you have asked me to create videos or at least help you on how to get a civil servant job here in the UK. And I've been meaning to create this video, but I wasn't really sure if people are going to be interested in the video. From all the messages and email I've gotten, I was like, okay, you know what, I just need to create this video, and so I can just, anyone that have any questions, I can just refer them to the video. It will be easier for me instead of answering everyone's question individually. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I got a job as a civil servant here in the UK and the tips and tricks that helped me to land the job at one go. Okay, a lot of people have been applying for the job and not getting the job because it's quite competitive. It's not easy to get a civil servant job, to be honest. I would say maybe I was lucky plus my experience as well, and I will share with you what really helped me during my interview and during my application process. I'm going to be telling you every single thing, and I'll be showing you as well, so that this will help you to scale through your civil servant job and also explain different roles and level so you understand. Okay, hey lovelies, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is FaithOjone, and on this channel I talk about ways you can travel abroad and settle abroad. I share resources with you on how you can get started, and I share latest updates concerning the UK, how you can move and settle in the UK, and then I share story time things, true life story of things happening here in the UK. So if these are the kind of content that interests you, do hit the subscribe button down below, turn on your notification bell so you do not miss any of my videos. Without saying so much, let's get started. I'm going to share with you some benefits at which I feel like as an immigrant in the UK or as a parent in the UK, working in the civil service is the best job for you. I've had like 5 different jobs since I moved to the UK, and I will tell you that anyway, I'm still, getting the experience, but so far the civil service feels like a more comfortable job for me, okay? Because I never thought that working in the UK would be this difficult. There are some challenges which I face here and there, but working in the government is a lot secure, a lot comfortable, and a lot inclusive. I'm not going to lie to you, I've worked in a lot of places where it wasn't as inclusive as they say it will be. The truth is, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, being black has nothing to... Trust me, you're not in your country. The fact that you're not in your country, things are going to be different and strange to you. It was my first time of applying. I got interviewed and I got the job. It was just once. I didn't experience any rejection, okay? One of the things that helped me to succeed in my civil service job was research. I did a lot of research, guys. I read a lot of things, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos of people who shared information about getting their civil service job, what to do. I watched tons of YouTube videos. So if you go on YouTube and type civil service jobs, every single video you saw, I watched them all. Yes. So number one was research. I did tons of research. I researched different departments and agencies. The civil service is made up of many different departments and agencies. Each one has its own unique purpose and what they are looking for. I took some time and researched the different departments and agencies to find out what aligns with my interests, my skills that will work with them. First, I went on the websites, which are civil service jobs, and I created my profile. After doing that, I was prompted to write a numeric and verbal test. That first numeric and verbal test, if you pass it, they're going to save the results for 6 months, so that any other civil service job you're applying for, you will not need to rewrite it. So tricky question, so you need to really think about it logically before you decide to choose an answer. It took me 2 freaking hours to complete that assessment, especially the verbal one. The second thing that helped me was to identify my skills and experience that is required for the role. Once you've found a department or agency that you are interested in, you need to take out time to look at the job vacancy and see what skills and experience that is required of you and also make sure you have the necessary skills and experience before you apply for the job. One thing I realized when I applied for my role, I found out that they were really keen on experience, because experience was part of my interview. Okay, so they would assess you based on your work experience or the experience you have. And funny enough, the experience does not necessarily have to be work related. I remember during my interview, one of the example I gave was something personal. Okay, when they asked me a question, tell me a time you had to make a difficult decision. That question, I did not use work related example, I used personal life related example. But again, just because you don't necessarily need to give work experience does not mean all your answers has to be personal. No, you also need to let these people know that you've worked before, you have experience, but you can still use your personal day-to-day life as an experience for your interview. The third thing is my CV. So you do not require to upload your CV, but you need to copy and paste your work experience from your CV to the portal. Make sure that it is well written and error-free, and make sure you highlight the skills and experience that is relevant to the role. So anyway, the truth is all of us know how to speak and write English, but until you decide to now write a very long, detailed, and you find out there are some errors, what helped me is I use a paraphrasing tool. If you go on Google, just type paraphrasing tool. What I do is I copy my CV, I paste on the paraphrasing tool, set it to correct any errors, so that I make sure that everything is that is written is properly written, error-free, and I paste all of them, because when during your application they will tell you not to put anything that will show your ethnicity, as they are trying to make the recruitment process bias free. Another thing that helped me was to prepare for my interview. So let's say if you do the whole process, you apply, and after you've done your statement, I mean, it's a long process, trust me. A single application can take me up to 2 hours to complete, because I am not rushing through it. One thing I know is if you're applying for civil service job and you're rushing through it, sorry, you're not going to get in. So you need to really take time, sit down, and not rush through it. So what I did is, on each statement, after writing all my statements, using my work experience, telling them how I am experiencing this, all my skills, because I have skills in Salesforce, I can work on, using some work softwares and all of that. If you have any experience or knowledge in any software like CRM, that's the customer service management tools, Salesforce tools, you can use all of those work tools. You can also include it there. And because of my experience as an administrator previously, and I am good with organizational skills, I have this I have keen eye for details. All of those things you need to really write them, word them in a proper and professional manner. So what I do is, after I've written down how all of my skills, I take it back to the paraphrasing tool to rephrase it in a professional manner. Once I have that, I usually save it on my email, so that when I'm applying for other jobs, all I need to do is just to adjust it to fit into that particular role before applying. I mean, this sounds like a lot, but trust me, once you start doing it, you will understand what I'm saying. Let's say you were lucky to get an interview. The interview process is just a one-off interview. Be sure to prepare thoroughly, research the department and agency, practice answers and common interview questions. You can get them on Indeed. You can just type civil service questions, and funny enough, civil service, they use the same question for all their interview, like they just read it out to you. So there are lots of resources on the internet that you can get that would help you, and sometimes they even tell you where they are going to be asking questions from. They can say, okay, during your interview we'll be asking you questions from experience, we'll be asking you questions, strengths question, we'll be asking you logical questions. Like, they will inform you the area to which they'll be asking you questions, so you have a lot of time to prepare. So what I did is, when they gave me a list of the area where they'll be asking me questions, I went online and did research of questions that is similar to that, like, oh, okay, questions I can get based on this information I've gotten, and I wrote them all down. And the good thing about civil service is that they will tell you that you can read from your notes, but you don't have to like put your eye glued and be reading. No, you have to learn presenting. That's where your presenting skills come from. So you can have, usually I had my notes, I bought a sticky note, I placed them on my laptop, so look, use side eye and look here and quickly get the pointers and answer my question. So it can be easier for you to pass your interview because you're allowed to read from your notes, but you need to do it in a good way. I mean, the most important thing is that You need to be yourself during the interview. They want to see you. Civil service is looking for people who are passionate about making a difference in the society, and your personality will tell them the kind of person you are. So you need to really be yourself. Don't be too serious. You need to be free, be yourself. Anyway, these are the tips. Now I'm going to show you everything on the system. So let's go to my laptop and I will show you. First of all, I went on Google and typed civil service jobs. So because I've searched for them a lot, you can see, and the option is up. So I went there. I already have an account with them, so I'm just going to sign in. So because I have an account with them, all I did was advanced search. So you can search via postcode where you want the job. I'm currently in London, so I'm just going to put London and search, so I can see only jobs in London. Okay, you can even be specific and use your postcode to search so that it will show you something not far from you. You can even choose distance, most recent, salary, high to low salary. I would want to do most recent so I can see latest jobs. So you can choose no oversee, type of role. So there's different types: there's accounting, administration, audit. There's different role, commercial, media. I think they even have digital, education, any type of role you're interested in. I'm not going to pick any role. This is another one, departments. Okay, you can choose the departments you want to work. It's Care Quality Commission. If you want to work for Central Digital and Data Office, Charity Commission, Children and Family Courts, any department at all you want to work for. Even if you want to work for the Home Office, you can come and choose them. Departments for work and pension. So by choosing department, it will only show you job vacancy in that particular department. So you can decide to put the salary you're looking at for. Are you looking minimum of 25k, 20k, 30k? And this is the most important one, the grade. Okay, you need to know that they have different grade. They have the AA, which is the administrative assistant. They have the AO, which is administrative officer. But depending on the agency you are in, they can use a different name, like RO, registration officer, instead of AO, which is administrative officer, depending on the agency, that's the department you're in. Then they have the executive officer. Okay, also depending on the agency, they could have the ERO, which is executive registration officer, or just executive officer. So administrative assistant is not all the agency that has that. They might just have this one instead, administrative officer. This is like the lowest grade. Then this is the second grade. This is like second to the highest grade. Then you come to higher executive officer, and you keep going up till, it's a lot of grade. So I usually advise to go for administrative, or between these three grades, you can go for any of them if you are just starting. In fact, this executive officer, if you've never worked, if you don't have some kind of work experience, you can't go for this. You can only go for this too. Then if you can scale through the interview, you can aim for these three roles. But if you're looking for entry level role, I would say aim for these three, okay, because it will be easier for you to get. So usually when I was searching for job, I was putting the three roles, which is administrative assistant and executive officer, because I know that my level of work, my experience, based on the places I've worked before, I can do any of this role. So you can put either full-time, flexible working, home. Remember, not all civil service work from home. Some of them work on site. They have apprenticeship. If you are just entering the job market, you don't have any single work experience, I would advise you to go for apprenticeship, because they still pay you. You can earn up to 20k, that's minimum. Then you can go on permanent as well. So let's say you're looking for permanent job and you click on update results. So with everything you've put in here now, it's going to show you all the available jobs for you. So you can see this is apprenticeship, data engineering level 6. Department of Transport. This one is in Birmingham, Leeds and London. That's to say they have the vacancy in Birmingham, Leeds and London. This one is correspondent team leader with drafting Prime Minister office. So this one, you can see this is just in London. The salary is 28k. So the salary, they usually let you know that if you're working in London, salary might be different. So this is personal assistant business support for Department of Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy. They are currently recruiting in Birmingham, Cardiff, Darlington, Edinburgh, London and all of that. So let's say you're interested in this, you click on it, it will show you every information you need about the job. So you can see this is a permanent role, it's flexible working, they're looking for just one person. Let's say social media officer, Department of Works and Pension. This one is just for London office. So this is business support officer. Okay, you can search for it. So the number of jobs available, you can see five. So they're looking for 5 people and just in London. So look at here, roles based in London will also receive an additional London way of £3,595. Always check the nationality requirement. If you're looking for jobs in the civil service, if you're not a British citizen, please always check for the nationality requirement. This job is broadly open to the following groups: UK nationals, national of Commonwealth country who have the right to work in the UK, national of Republic of Ireland, national of EU, EEA and all that. So yeah, the assessments. So let's say for example I want to apply for this job, officer student placement. If I click on the apply button, okay, it's going to take me to where I have to write the assessment. So I'm going to show you guys. So here is, you have a scenario based question, okay, and they will tell you this question. So let's click continue. It's going to take you about 45 minutes. It usually takes me 2 hours, I'm not going to lie, because I take my time. So you answer all of this question. Are you already a civil servant, employed, yes or no? Do you meet the nationality requirements? You click yes. Are you already a civil servant? Of course I am. Oh my god, you know what, I'm not going to show you guys this. Let's do no. And then, do you meet qualification requirement? Yes. You click on continue. I mean, you can do this, okay. You can find every other information you're looking for, like civil service question and answer. You can find them on Google. I hope these tips I've shared with you has helped, but maybe if you want me to make a more detailed video to show you the whole application process from beginning till the end and what I wrote, how I wrote it, which is going to take a while, I don't mind, I'll do it. But let's just end this video here. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If this video was helpful, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, like, share and leave your thoughts. I mean, I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section. Was this helpful? And guys, I'll see you in my next video.